Lately, a former Meghan fan has blasted the couple for their repetitive remarks about the House of Windsor since they stepped down from their royals in the royal family. TV presenter Foufas admitted to being Team Meghan when she first entered the royal fold, but claimed her and Harry's continual whinging has made them more and more tasteless. Appearing on this week's episode of the To Die For Daily podcast, Mr. Foufas said, "I was Team Meghan, I was on board with Meghan, but slowly but surely, the continual whinging once they decided to leave the royal family, and the principle of them being this half-in, half-out arrangement." He continued, "And I find the dripping of stories that are there to deliberately undermine the royal family more and more tasteless, and I'm finding them as a couple more and more loathsome." Royal expert and host of the podcast, Kinsey Schofield, added, "It's very hard to justify what we're witnessing. I think that if they'd moved to America and been quiet, built Archwell, and had a podcast ready to go and had Netflix content that they were beginning to shoot, I think Americans would be so excited to have them here, and I don't think that the UK would be so resentful. But it's because they've repeatedly attacked the institution that helped build their platform. It comes as a slew of new books have shed purported light on Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's vile behaviour. Now one royal expert thinks that the Markles are ready to lash out at all the bad-mouthing they've been getting. Among other allegations, Meghan was branded difficult Duchess about staffers who had to live with her. According to Fox News, now more than ever, Harry and Meghan are to be held up to public scrutiny. But as ever in the world of the two ex-royals, it's not their fault. Why is this happening now? Simply put, people are speaking and don't care what they say about the one-time royals. The backlash has been 2+ years in the making. In 2020, the royal runaways became Hollywood hobos, and even before that, it seems they were professional troublemakers. The outlet notes that Meghan, like a missile, according to 2 new books, sought out the Duke with all the finesse that the Terminator would be proud of, making sure she gelled up on him enough to mould herself into the perfect princess in waiting. They go on to claim that it was no secret that Megs was a pain in the bucket. She was all smiles for the camera, a role she loved even if she felt she and Harry should be paid to meet and greet the public, that are in effect already paying for them. But she was triggered off way back in 2019 when they toured Africa. That is when Meghan infamously whined that no one was asking how she was doing, flicking back tears through smudged eye makeup. This, though, was a starring role, as she'd already been told the questions in advance, so no surprise, she'd perfected the look. Many victim survivors will see this kind of gloves-off treatment as long past due. The outlet thinks that the sordid dirt is coming out now because there was respect for the Queen, who passed away on September the 8th at the age of 96, and because the investigation into Meghan's alleged bullying was not made public. Now, those involved feel angry and betrayed. After all, they claim it was their lives that were affected, and despite that investigation, even they don't know what the outcome was. What they claim is that their lives were a living hell thanks to the Duchess.